Seriously, people, be quiet.
All right, we're live.
Hey,
It's happening. It's really happening. Here we are. Let's have it happen. I love it.
It's really happening.
It's really, really happening. Welcome to the show, Global Warning Podcast. Don't need these yet. Von Joseph and Sprague. Oh, Shiza. I almost messed it up.
Well, you did mess it up.
Well, I did.
No. He's like,
Thank you. I reeled it back. Rewind. Sat across from me is 213 in the place to be. Holla, holla, holla. And you're right.
Excuse me.
Oh, sorry.
A bit more enthusiasm when you say my name.
Give me a J. Shut
I
the
can answer.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's gonna be so long.
fuck out of here with that shit.
Fuck her.
We are here to talk some shiza tonight. We're going to talk about a little Donald Trump stuff, and we're going to talk about some dating stuff that she wouldn't give us any information on. We don't even know what's happening.
Ooh, surprise.
And yeah, it is going to be a surprise. That's for definite, sure. So, yeah, let's just get on and get in and get it over with.
Sounds like sex.
Wow.
And so it begins.
Exactly. And so it begins.
This isn't even the beginning of the dating segment either.
Who's firing off first? Is it yourself?
Tis me.
Hit it, 213. What do you got for us?
Okay, so the news that Donald Trump's doctor actually revealed that he has been sneaking cauliflower into the president's mashed potato.
Wow.
And limiting his access to ice cream.
What's wrong with ice cream?
Well, he probably eats too much of it. To try and better develop his diet. And so apparently the president is a 6-year-old, which is fantastic because he is.
But we all knew this already, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's a new level of, childishness. That, like, if you are supposed to lead a country and you can't manage your own diet and people are literally tricking you because he thinks this cauliflower is mashed potato.
Right.
People are tricking you into thinking that, like, you're eating healthy, which also means that he's not learning any lesson. So he's just going to go about his business and still eating all the nonsense he's eating as well because he loves fast food. And also, like you said, cauliflower isn't even a good vegetable to start with. That's just that's just not even a good way to go.
Now, check out your Dr. Sabi stuff, guys, and you'll learn all about cauliflower and its negative impact on your body. So, yeah. That's all right. It just means he's not going to live as long. That's his decision to make.
Oh, no.
I don't have any love for Donald Trump, really. I mean, he's the president. I mean, the only thing I care is that he is successful. Because if he's not successful, the whole country, it's like being on an airplane and hoping the pilot is, a failure because you don't like him. We're all on the plane.
Then can I ask you a question?
You can ask whatever you like. Do I have to answer?
You don't have to.
Good.
But is your likelihood of success going to be high if people have to trick you just into eating cauliflower by mixing in with your mashed potato? Really? Realistically?
Probably not.
How sensible or responsible are you if people have to mix in vegetables with your food?
He's the president, though.
I mean, the thing is, though, I think, for example, let's take confidence as an example here. You might be confident in some realms of your life, but not in others.
Right.
But I don't think Donald Trump is really necessarily the greatest example right now. I mean, in terms of, like, incompetency, conveying maturity, but so it doesn't really work for him. But you can but in these areas he's really mature. But when it comes to his diet, he has to have his cauliflower dyed pink or something, which my parents used to try and do.
Wow. So they had to trick you too.
That's right.
Yeah, but how old were you? Did you have a country to run?
Last year.
Did you have a country to run?
No, sometimes I feel like I'm a country. I've got some governance issues I just can't get a hold of, I tell you.
Because if you Google Donald Trump and fast food, he is pictured with almost every fast food company there is. every time like a famous sports team that like wins the Super Bowl or whatever it is comes to the White House, they literally buy in like 3 tons worth of McDonald's, and they will have it on like literally special platters of like burgers and fries and all the rest of it in the White House, which sounds fantastic to me.
Yeah.
But I don't have a country to run. And I also actually don't mind eating vegetables every now and again.
I'm trying to figure out. So if McDonald's is like making the food, like they've got to be really quick, making sure like when it gets there, it's still hot. Because when those chips go cold,
they are shit.
Exactly.
They're making it. They're just making sure that.
I know, but like, how they get that really fast delivery? Unless they're making it in like the kitchens downstairs.
He's probably living
they're
that
taking stuff down there, deep frying it, and then take it right up.
He's living that rich lifestyle. He's probably got a McDonald's downstairs. He just got it
That'd be
installed.
just imagine a drive-through in a way, but it's just his car.
Just going around in a circle. Can I have another burger? Just one.
Just drives around, gets a chip, inserts it in his mouth, get a nugget, and then drives around again.
And then make him drive around to the next window. It's not even as if there's more customers. Could you just drive around to the next one and just wind your window down? They'll pass it through.
Oh,
do you need any extra ketchup? They'll sort it out the other side. Don't worry. We don't do that here.
It's crazy.
That's hilarious.
So it's not smart.
Well, I think we probably already ascertained that he might be of questionable intelligence, I guess. But
and
yeah,
health.
well, I mean, he's a billionaire, so what can you say? You know, he's doing something right to some people, financially anyway.
Well, he got born into the right family,
Facts.
right? And then lost a load of money.
Yeah, well, it happens, doesn't it?
Hey, good PR spin, eh?
That's all right. I thought you had a rant for us this week or something. I thought you were like all bent out of shape
Yeah,
about
what's
something.
going on?
Yeah.
No, I don't have. No, I don't
It was
really.
that?
In general, normally I have rants.
You know, this is the second show in a row that you've come here with bringing me hopes of something exciting, and then you come with
That was the Trump stuff could have led to further a rant, but then I would have gone way off topic.
That's
and it would have
fine.
taken
That's
so long.
fine. We want to go
Because
down that
we're all
journey
friends
with
here.
you.
Rabbit hole away.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
What do you got?
Okay, well, the
go on a
guy's
tangent,
an
baby.
idiot. He is obviously right now the trending topic around the world is coronavirus because it, can be. It's something like the fatality, mortality rate, whatever it is like 2%. The flu is something like 0.1%. Trump doesn't believe that the flu and coronavirus are essentially any different. He thinks that the flu's mortality rate is almost the same as coronavirus. He's an idiot. You can't have the leader of the free world in charge of a country where you're having these cases come in and people could start dying on a mass scale or need quarantining on a mass scale, and you've got a guy who has no idea what he's talking about.
Isn't the coronavirus a flu, though? A strain
It's
of
a
the flu.
strain of the flu, but it's got a higher mortality rate. More people die from it at 2% compared to 0.1%. Which is
but can we
not,
delve
but
into
this? 2 in every 100 across a large number of people starts to become a fair number of people.
Who are the people dying? Do we have a
Older
profile?
people and babies.
Not saying that life is less valuable.
Oh
Yes,
my
you are.
God.
She's
Oh
saying
my
it.
God, that's what she's saying.
Old people.
That is what she's
She
No,
doesn't
saying.
like
that's
you.
not true at all. But they've had some good years. So basically, it would affect
So
the
you're
very
saying they
old
had
or
a
the
good
very
innings,
young.
and it's time.
You've had your run.
Yeah, I mean,
I saw the NHS
survival of
treats
the
us.
fittest. It sounds awful, but probably there's like built into nature. There are some population control.
So this is
I'm
just
saying.
a conspiracy then. They're just using this to cull the
You
population.
think they're just trying to take old people out? By the
No,
way,
but older people are more vulnerable to disease, and they can.
they're taking they're taking out like the nice old people that like work hard
No.
and do stuff.
I'm just saying. But then
So they need
You
to
know
create
what?
a virus that targets the mean
Like all the
old
rich-
people.
all the-
that would be
mean-
great. No,
the
I mean
mean
old
rich-
people. They will live forever.
The
They will
mean,
live
rich,
forever. I
old
tell you.
scammers that are still like in their 70s, still working on tricks and turning tricks on the corner. It's those people we need to
Making them sound like some weird old prostitutes.
something like that.
What kind of streets you hanging on?
Hey,
Sam!
So granny's like lifting her breath, like, hey,
Yeah.
step up for business.
I hide my weed under my
People
titty.
like shut down. You just shut down. Spray of the coronavirus. See ya. There we go.
All I'm saying is the people who are in charge of this effort to reduce or remove these kind of threats to society should be more responsible than needing to have cauliflower secretly hidden into their mash. That is where it gets a bit funky.
Understood.
Funky fresh.
I agree. I concur.
Unless you disagree, but if you do, then I'm worried about you.
Can I just... Okay, so my dad is sounding a lot like Donald Trump right now.
Uh-oh.
I'm just looking through our WhatsApp messages, and he goes, I simply don't understand this coronavirus obsession. Flu kills 400,000 people every year.
Right.
It's just another strain, and fatality rate is 1 to 2%. No higher than the ordinary version. So...
Wrong.
No, my dad is not wrong.
Wrong. Wrong.
I mean, to be honest...
Y'all in here doing something
wrong.
wrong.
Show me some stats then.
So
Yeah. Ask your dad where did he get this? Where did he get that statistic from?
No, I'm asking Liam, where are your stats to counteract the stats my dad provided?
Actually, from the CDC, the Center for Disease Control.
Wait. Before we even get into the CDC, all you guys out there who don't know what the CDC is, that's the Center for Disease Control. It's in Atlanta, Georgia. I've got more to add to it. You were just going to gloss over.
You didn't say where it's located.
I know. Hi. People are looking for that shit, and they're like, where is it? They're Googling it. I've already answered that. So the CDC creates all this shit. Is this where you were going with this? Or you're just going with you got your stats from the people that create deadly viruses?
They're the ones saying about the mortality rates between different ones.
Right.
I'm not saying they could create it.
Yeah, they'll definitely probably have a better idea of what it's capable of because generally they're the ones that are creating that shit. They have a whole bunch of strains of shit that's deadly to society that they could just unleash, and they do. And some people say that they were trying to pick out Chinese people, and they launched and released this shit in China, and it escaped containment, and now here it is.
Yeah,
so anyway,
that's
that's my Spectrum freak out moment of the evening. So sorry I interrupted you. Carry on.
All I was saying was Jenny's dad is way wrong.
Wow. My dad would be paying you a visit in the middle of the night.
With Donald Trump.
He's going to remove my mortality rate. And yeah, well, you know.
So wait. What are the CDC saying?
Yeah.
Give me some stats. Lay some
No, I'm
numbers.
saying
on
the
me.
mortality rate is different. The flu. People think that the mortality rate for the flu, the common cold, and for coronavirus, the people that think it's the same are wrong on a by a fraction of about 20. It's about 20 times difference.
It's not a fraction. That's quite a significant amount.
Exactly. Thank you.
20.
You're welcome.
I'm not too sure about this.
Yep.
I'm just gonna have to confirm this.
0.1 compared to about 2%.
Okay. Let's see.
Wow.
Do we need to search it right now? Or
Why not?
Why not, she says. So do you guys feel safe out there in the world with this virus? What are your thoughts on it? Do you think that it's something that you should be freaking out about? We do have these pandemics quite often. We had swine flu, we have bird flu, Ebola, SARS, etc. Because we've had corona before. And
coronavirus was already a thing. It's just a different strain of what a coronavirus is.
Right.
Apparently. Right now, I'm not panicking. Like, I don't know, almost, it's hard to define what the point is that you start panicking at, surely. Like, at what point, like, I mean, if people start saying, okay, we've got to close schools, we've got to,
they've done that. They're doing that now. They did that here, actually. Some little kid had it, and they shut the whole school down. Is it
in Japan or China where they're literally going to close like all schools until April? They're closing all schools for an entire month.
Probably China.
Can I just read something?
Jirai Rice got her facts.
Okay, so this is 1 second into my Google search.
Okay.
Which means that it's fucking the shit.
This is Hopkins Medicine.
Gospel.
As of February 26, 2020, oh no, this is well just towards the Americans, the flu is showing much more of an impact on Americans than the coronavirus.
Yeah, because
okay, now I'm thinking there's like 20 people affected with the coronavirus.
I was going to say.
Whatever, shut up.
But also, if you just go by pure numbers, the flu is always going to look worse because more people, well, the flu's been around for longer, but also the flu hits way more people. Anyway.
Right.
It is what it is. Right now, I'm not worried. I guess when they start like on a mass scale, like closing schools, closing businesses, if it starts becoming a ghost town outside, then that's when it starts to almost hit home and it becomes a bit 28 days later.
It's too late at that point, though, don't you think?
No, at that point, it's already. That means like we missed the boat, guys, and we've got to like keep you locked in your houses.
Wow.
Okay.
I mean, if at that point if there's any good time to become an Uber Eats driver, do it right now because your business is about to get popping.
Ouch.
People are going to be ordering food in galore.
Okay, I have some new facts.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Right
and
facts.
Also, the CDC is fucking quoted here. Okay. The thing is, there's something I'm going to raise with this. So far, the new coronavirus dubbed COVID-19, blah, 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 has led to more than 75,000 illnesses and 2,000 deaths, primarily in mainland China. But that's nothing compared with the flu, also called influenza. In the US alone, the flu has already caused an estimated 26 million illnesses, 250,000 hospitalizations,
Wow.
14,000 deaths this
Fine.
season. I'm not too sure how they define season, but do they mean like the winter season?
The flu season, which runs between
like
however many
September
months or whatever
Is it
that
like the financial era? I don't know. According to the Centers for Disease Control. So,
No, but that's literally that proves the point I was saying.
Right.
The flu. If you just go by pure numbers against numbers, the flu sounds worse because it hits more people and more people are made ill by it.
But if you compare the duration of how long the flu has affected people compared with the coronavirus, it's saying it pales in comparison.
No, it means the coronavirus is much worse. The coronavirus has already killed something like 2,000 people in 2 months or something.
Has it?
Well, it's probably killed more than
Where
that.
are these
No
facts?
one's going to admit. Countries aren't going to admit to how many people it's killed for as long as possible until they really have to. I would say the number for the coronavirus is actually more. How many governments out there are going to want to not make their people panic? If suddenly China came out and said, "Oh, instead of 1,000 people that have died in this country, we've actually worked out there's 10,000," people start to panic.
People are going to panic anyway.
People are gonna panic anyway.
Exactly.
But the higher the number goes, the more people panic.
Right.
So they want to keep this, and with the same with every other country. You want to keep this number as down as possible for as long as possible. When it's gone, and if people can say it's completely gone, people might turn around and say, "Oh, actually, it turns out we looked into it, and it turns out 10 times more people got affected by this than we realised, and they all died." But they're not going to say that now, because then parents will just straight up bring their children out of school. There won't be like, "Oh, we're going to close them." Parents will be like, "Okay, well, I'm not leaving. I'm not going to work. My kid's not going to school. We're not going out to get food. I'm ordering it." All that kind of stuff. They have to artificially lower the numbers right now, because otherwise, if they told everyone the truth, we're going into conspiracy theories.
Cool. I like conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
So I had this friend. I was doing some voiceover work on a TV show, and she's Chinese. I think she might be half Chinese, but it doesn't matter. For the story, she's full Chinese. And she was explaining to me how she had experienced coronavirus racism. So she's in London, and then, it's a lot of traffic in London. This car goes by, kicks out all this exhaust, and she coughs.
Oh.
Right? So this white lady is standing next to her, and she goes,
No.
right? So she looks over at her, and she's like, "Really?" And then she goes puts a thing over her face. And I was like, and then she said something to her, like coughed at her or something. I'm like, that's what you should have done, but she was so far away or something. But that's wild. And I get that, okay, but you can't not be in public, can you? If you're that freaked out about something, you should be wearing the mask, firstly.
Yeah, but how effective are these masks in the first place?
I don't think they're not.
They do
That's
not.
just a placebo effect.
It's a massive
yeah.
placebo effect. It does nothing.
It's
Yeah.
probably, if anything...
Probably worse.
Yeah, because it's that moisture stays inside
It's just catching everything that you're
thing,
breathing
and
in,
it just-
and then you're just constantly recycling it into your own face.
Yeah, because the moisture is where you get the virus from. Like when someone sneezes, that moist particle floating through the air. So now it's in your mask. At least that's my understanding of it. But I don't know much about that stuff. So, yeah.
Coronavirus racism is a real thing. Like 100%. Like, I mean, if anybody, I mean, in general, it's when something like this comes around, people suddenly realize almost like how dirty they are.
That's great. I'm happy for the coronavirus racism. It takes the pressure off me on Black History Month. So, look at me.
On you?
You gotta look at. I'm black. What do you mean? What pressure's
Yeah,
on me?
but I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
This is the time where the racism gets shifted to somebody else.
Oh.
It's like when the 9/11 attacks happened. I was like, oh, thank God.
Whoa,
That they wasn't black.
Rewind that back a little
That
bit.
they wasn't black. Yeah, let me finish the point.
Okay, good.
You know, I'm like, oh, great. It's some
Yeah,
Arab
like,
guys.
You need to distribute that racism.
Somebody else is gonna get the brunt of this bullshit for a minute. I'm an American now. I'm not the black guy anymore. I'm an American.
True, now, yeah.
Right. Now we're all on the same team. Me and these guys with the pickup trucks with the fucking Confederate flags.
Now the white lady looks at you when in horror at the disgust of the Chinese lady that's just sneezed.
Yeah.
Now she's like, help me. Now you're that guy.
I'm trying to take her purse because she's too busy looking at Crystal sneezing or coughing. I'm like, look, prime
You
opportunity.
know, right? It's a good scam. Oh my God, people are okay. I'm not condoning it.
Oh.
It'd be a great scam.
Say it.
The coronavirus scam. Because
So you're
if
like
just
Chinese
you
and
just
you go
have
back-
one person in the corner who's your mark. Okay, you get someone to go near them, cough, wait for them to turn around and be like, and then
You have your distraction.
I
Yeah.
saw, I don't know where I saw it, but somebody held up of some store or something.
I sent you this.
Was that you that
I
sent
sent
it?
you this.
Okay, right.
Yeah. I was like,
guy that-
where did I see it?
Where was he from? Where was he from?
I don't remember.
Florida.
Oh,
Was he?
no,
Is he from Florida?
Play the thing.
Oh shit! The Florida drops.
Florida didn't.
Boom! You can't hear it without the headphones on. So you missed it. You missed it. You missed it. So,
Damn.
He
So,
walked
yeah,
into
let's transition.
Walked into a store, decided to rob it, and instead of a weapon, he threatened to cough at the guys behind the register.
and that's where biological warfare response Rai came in.
Nice.
I'm down. Good for him. Trying to find a hustle in these
It's a
hard,
strange-
difficult times.
Before this virus happened, I mean, if someone had turned around and said that someone would be able to go into like a liquor store, wherever it is, and buy to hold it up by threatening to cough, would have sounded ridiculous. And now it almost seems like it makes sense. But yeah, well, you know, it's creative.
Yeah.
You can't doubt that. This guy's actually a genius. He hasn't used it in the right way, but he's a genius.
Yeah. I don't
wouldn't call him a
I don't know about genius.
Well, he's thinking on
But
he's
it's,
thinking on a different wavelength.
it's
He's
a-
working on a different
yeah.
wavelength to everyone else.
Yeah, he's definitely
It's out of
that.
the quarantine section. Yeah, totally.
You got anything else from Florida?
Yes, I have that and this is a bit more just strange and random, and I don't know if you want to call it jovial. A burglar broke into a house in the early hours of the morning, cooked a morning meal, and told the resident to go back to bed when he confronted him about why he was in his house. The guy arrested was a 19-year-old Marine, and he entered through an unlocked door at the back of the house. So,
The moral of that story is,
lock your doors.
that's right.
Don't
And-
live.
Unless,
don't live in
unless
Florida.
you want a great cooked breakfast.
And don't have anything in your fridge.
No, because see, that'll get you messed up even worse. Because it's like, you know what? I broke into your house. I was going to steal the TV, but decided that I was going to make you some breakfast first. You don't have any fucking eggs. Now I got to cut you.
yeah, that's true.
Now it's
That's
on.
true.
Because it might be crazy. Because like my great grandmother used to always say, if you're walking around in New York, mind you, this is in like the 1960s. She used to tell my mom this, not me. Always walk around with at least $5 in your pocket.
Okay.
Because if you ever get mugged and you don't have any money, they're going to stab you because you don't have anything. They're going to
So
be pissed.
$5 will help you avoid that situation.
Well, back 40, 50 years ago. Yeah,
well,
of course.
$5 would be like,
Back then, it's almost like having, like, if someone says, give me your, it would be almost like carrying a spare wallet. If someone says, give me your wallet, and you just hand them one,
Right.
they're just going to take it.
that's a good idea. You should have
It's
a
quite a good
decoy
a
wallet.
decoy.
if you get mugged more than once,
in it. Have some
decoy
fake notes.
if you get mugged more than once, decoy
wallet, and if you want to go overboard, go
Oh my
decoy phone.
God.
Go decoy house keys, go decoy car keys. Just keep your old
And
car
then
keys
have
from day.
a tracker in the wallet.
I don't want that wallet back. There ain't shit in that wallet.
Yeah, some just like really like fake designer thing, and then just have like some tracker thing, and then they look through it, and there's a credit card, and like, what's the name? You're fucked.
And you have one of those die packs in there, so when they open the note, it blows up in their face.
That I'd love to see.
That's
That'd be
awesome.
great.
That's awesome. So thank you for that lovely Florida news.
That's my
Oh, no,
yeah.
he flowered
That's
didn't.
oh no, he Florida didn't.
I appreciate it.
But can I do? Actually, no. Hold on, because
You got
I'm
more? It's a 30-minute show. We're almost fucking done, dude.
Which is why we're gonna go through a new thing. Shower thoughts.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I had. Wait, hold on a goddamn minute
Shower
before we
thoughts.
get started. I just want everybody out there to know, both of you that are watching right now live, I had nothing to do with him
Shower
being
thoughts.
naked and coming to
I didn't
the
say
show.
it was my shower thoughts
Who
in my
the fuck
shower.
is having thoughts about somebody else while they're in the shower?
What?
See, that's
I do.
creepy.
I do.
Really? You're fucked up. So it's acceptable for you, but you, I expected a little more. Go.
Hold on. I think this has been misconstrued here. No one said shower thoughts about people.
Look,
This is shower
Yeah,
thoughts.
but why not?
if you're having shower thoughts, I'm
Yeah.
assuming you're in the shower,
Yeah.
which would entail that you're fucking naked.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
mean you're
That
like.
doesn't mean. Why does that mean you're talking about people?
It doesn't mean you're like having sexual thoughts.
No, my point is I don't want to think about you naked. And you're putting that in my head by saying these are the
Oh,
thoughts
me.
I have
You might
while
be
I'm
a never nude.
naked, shoving a bar of soap up my ass. I don't know what that's what I'm saying.
How do you wash?
my ass is clean as a whistle.
Yeah,
We had this whole eat the ass out conversation 6 episodes ago. If you don't get that ass Twizzler clean, then you're not. getting-
Also, I didn't say they were my shower thoughts. They're not my shower thoughts. This is a
What
whole.
do you mean? Whose shower thoughts are you
Yeah,
like?
that's
fucking
what I say.
invading?
Exactly. That's
is-
why
That's even creepier.
No, this is the entire forum of shower thoughts.
What?
Yes.
So,
Exactly.
so you
Thank
go
you.
on shower thought forums. Is that what you're saying? Is that you?
No,
you're
I
a
was
member
actually just looking for strange news because I know that's your kind of thing, and I was actually looking for strange Florida news.
do your kind
Yeah.
of thing.
And
Man. Don't worry about
stumbled,
me.
that.
I'll
I
find
stumbled
that
onto
bullshit.
shower thoughts.
You know, the whole shower thoughts, where it evolves from, like, because you're in, like, the beta mode. Is the beta mode? So you're, like, in a meditational mode when you're in the shower because you're so relaxed. Usually you have, like, hot
Yeah, but if you have a long
water.
shower, you end up like in the same way that if you like go to bed early,
Yeah.
you just start thinking about, you just reflect on
Yeah,
life.
that's what I'm saying. That's when you're so relaxed, like your thoughts, like sometimes you're like, "Rrr," but then
You go into Zen
eventually,
mode.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's me in the shower. So this whole, I don't want to think about you in the shower. You can think about every one of these guys on this forum in the shower. I don't know who.
I don't want to think about any guys in a shower ever. But anyway, go.
And this doesn't have to be like long reflections on each one. I just wanted to see how you want to contemplate it. Every word in every language started out as gibberish until one person convinced enough people what they said was a real word.
Interesting.
Yeah, next.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
I
okay.
like that. I like that.
Having a toddler in their Y phase makes you realize how much you know and don't know about things. While we sleep, our brain makes up stories and then gets scared of them. Nightmares.
Can I ask? Well, can I? You got some more shower thoughts?
He's a member of a forum. There's like endless
I could
supply.
list off loads more. if
Can
you
I
want.
just say like one thing? Do you ever have that thought, like when you're having a dream, and you see people you don't know in your dream? Do you think, "Oh my god, what if they exist?"
No, they do exist.
Well, how do you know? You don't know. You don't know for sure, do you? Unless you
Because-
meet them.
Apparently, what I've read and heard and sort of just gained what I feel like is a general knowledge of.
Where did you read it?
Apparently,
You haven't been reading, have you?
Yeah, he's trying to sound all here. Wait, put the
I read
glasses. Put the
something.
glasses on and say it. It adds more credibility.
something
So
on
deliver it
Instagram.
to deliver it to
I'm not
this.
looking through it. I'll keep my eyes closed.
Deliver to. Hey, I'm not that fucking blind. You fuck. Open your eyes and.
I am
deliver.
legally blind.
No, you're not. Give me my specs
I-
back then. God damn it.
Is
Anyway.
that in your dreams, like it's all based on things it's basically everything you've seen in your subconscious when it comes to people. So whether you've actually registered that you've looked at them or not, it's actually someone
But
you
you
have
can't
seen.
verify that, can you?
No.
Okay. I just felt like you just contradicted yourself, but that's cool.
You gonna let her get away with that shit? She just called you a fucking liar.
Well,
She did it in all slick English way too. That's the one thing I do respect about your culture is you guys will insult
It's just
people
so passive
all
aggressive
like
about it.
big time.
No, I mean, I agree with you to an extent. There's things that we're absorbing on a subconscious level. But sometimes I think some of these faces that you see, I think, yeah, I do feel, I would love it if they did exist. Those people do exist. And then it's like, for what reason do they feature in my dream?
I don't know if there's. Well, I don't know. Your brain makes up
Maybe
stories.
you were
and then gets
connected
scared
in a
of them. I don't
past
know.
life. Who knows? Who knows?
Or a past life, I guess.
Could be.
There's basically there's some connection to them, of them to you in your brain from somewhere.
I mean, I've had some weird dreams, and I do think they can be traced to
Something.
past lives.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say drug use or something.
Lives.
So
Drug use.
so you gone at me.
Mushroom days.
You gone at me for suggesting that you've seen all these people, and yet you went to. I think I've seen these people in a past life. So you went on at me.
No, I'm not saying all of them.
Is
No.
that how we're gonna
Only
do this
specific dreams have left an impact on me. But other people, I'm like, who the fuck are you? So, yeah.
Doing in my dream,
You weren't invited.
kill you.
Wow.
Get out of my head.
I'm trying to help you. I'm going to kill you.
Run, bitch.
Maybe urinals were invented when a tall guy walked past a sink and thought, why not?
I piss in the sink all the time. At the gym, all the time.
What?
Oh yeah.
What the fuck?
I don't want to touch the toilet. It's disgusting.
So you're disgusting the sink.
In the sink, people might be washing their face.
In the sink at the gym?
Yes, that would be the most logical place to wash your face.
We have a fucking shower for that.
But maybe they haven't got time for a shower.
You,
so-
Well, I
you
don't-
didn't realize you've made the sink disgusting.
Well, that's so gross.
So
It's a
don't wash
strange
your face in
irony,
the sink.
Weird double.
But like the
meaning
sinks are
thing.
quite high.
There's a hole in there and it goes right down. Isn't that how am I making those sink disgusting?
I mean, I piss in the shower all the
Because
time.
are
That's a
you-
different
I-
thing.
Why is that
Because
different?
there's definitely some
How is it
splashback or
different?
something like that. There's definitely some. It's not all
It's
staying in
different.
there.
Are you touching the basin at all with your hands?
No,
Sometimes I lick
Then
it.
what are you getting on you then?
but because you just don't. Okay.
It's so close
I
to
can't
your
believe you
hand.
let
It's
me
so
rope
close
you
to
into
your
that
hand.
bullshit with the soap that you put that
close
cleans
to your
that
hands.
cleans the sink with the soap. Is that
Yes.
that hand
Yes.
stuff? Fuck out of here. I'm trying to save water. Goddamn it. Anyway, no more shower thoughts because I've just let you in on my life and you guys just shit on me.
Yeah,
so.
now we've learned something. I'm not going to your gym. That's okay. That's what I'm saying. Tell me after the show. Tell me what gym you go to, and I'll just make sure I don't join.
No one pees at the gym. My God, I wear gloves at the gym because I don't even want to touch anything at the gym because it's so disgusting.
Yeah, the gym.
Yeah, and they don't wash their hands.
I pee at the gym. But I definitely wash my hands.
I've worked in gyms in multiple states and countries, and 80% of men that come out of the bathroom don't wash shit.
Really?
I've seen guys come out of the
Nice.
stall and not wash their hands.
Okay, no.
That's why I always wear gloves in the gym.
dry their hands on their
and then they
ass.
come out there and they're touching the shit, and you're
Oh,
worrying
that's
about.
disgusting. This is why all this fucking disease
I was going to
spreads
say,
all
no,
over the
that's what I'm
fucking
saying.
place.
It gets to a thing of it takes a thing like coronavirus to make people realize how disgusting they are and how they aren't actually hygienic. And they think they are because
Yeah.
they go like, oh, I shower once a day and I wash my hands after I've sat down on the toilet. And like, oh, that's all, as if that's the benchmark.
You know what?
Nope.
I read, when was it? It was something talking about like medical history. Just imagine like back in the day, people thought if you operated on somebody with these tools, you didn't even have to wash the blood off.
Wow.
I know. Doesn't that just like baffle your mind? I mean, obviously they don't have the knowledge that we have now, but I'm like, fuck.
You know what blows me away is the fact that we think we are knowledgeable.
Oh, that's the thing.
Now.
Probably like in a few years' time, we'll be
Right.
like, oh my god, we're ignorant.
How did we not
And they're
think of
just
this?
like, why aren't
It's
they
crazy.
wearing masks all the
Exactly.
time?
I saw
Or,
this
like-
comedian. He's like, it's how the internet is going to be like smoking cigarettes. It's like, I can't believe we just used to use the internet like all the time. And like, you're pregnant and you're on the internet? Oh my God, we used to let pregnant women use the internet. Like, it was so stupid. So yeah, it's a different time. So, what do you got for us, lover, dater, with your red love sweater on?
Love a hater.
Talk
I
to
think
us.
this is an orange.
Is
I
it
would have said orange.
It's an orange, right?
I would have said orange.
burnt sienna?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You went
Very
there.
specific, yeah.
Yeah.
You
Well,
went straight
Look, my
Pantone,
lips
really.
are red, but this is like orange.
look,
I would
goddamn
have said
it.
they're pink, but that's
What the fuck?
from here. They look
Get
pink.
your eyes tested.
Yeah, definitely red. Definitely
Like
burnt sienna.
coronavirus is doing some shit to your eyeballs.
Yes.
It's his glasses. It just destroyed my vision.
It is my glasses' fault. That you didn't even open your eyes to because you're wuss. So.
Open your eyes. See the world for what it is. So you know how I always like to overshare.
I love how this segment for like everybody like out there to like take away something to better themselves is always related to her shit.
Oh, it's all about me.
It's so
It's all
great.
about me.
It's-
Because the
it's
thing is, I talk about it.
You have to.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
have
okay,
to.
this time I'm talking about it. My vagina's not talking about it.
Yawn.
I knew it was going to be an
Now-
anticlimax from that point.
Now we've got 0 viewers. They
And my
both
asshole
clicked
just
off.
went-
They went, oh
So I
shit.
communicated in Morse code. So, okay. So from that, vagina gate. Butt gates, whatever you want to call them. It happens. It happens. So I had a bit of an argument with Vincente, because, wow, you know what? I thought the words, I'm going to say them. I was like, because he's a dirty pig. Those were the thoughts like, I know. But then I'm like, oh, I should moderate that. But I've just told you what my thoughts are. So when I first went to his flat, first date, it was a first date, pretty drunk. And even then, though, I did think, why is the washing machine in the middle of the living room?
Okay, yeah.
And I was like, is that modern art? I mean, that's sweet. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, he's an artiste. You know, kind of thing. And it's kind of funny because when we were messaging each other on Bumble prior to our date, he did say, he was being a bit cocky. He's like, oh, I'm going to clean up the place. And I'm like, bitch, don't bother because I'm not coming over. But you know what I did.
Next thing you know, her fucking legs are up in the air.
Because things went according to plan. So that's great. So I do remember like thinking, I mean, and there was like no light in the bathroom. And I think that was good. Because it's one of those, like, you put the light on, it's like a fucking horror show situation. I mean, I've told him to his face. I mean, I compared his bathroom to the bathroom in Trainspotting.
I don't remember the bathroom train.
Oh, you know the toilet scene? I only saw this recently, actually. You remember Ewan McGregor, he goes to that toilet, and then, like, the shit's, like, talking to him in the toilet and stuff.
Yeah, this is when I need a video clip.
I was like, no, you don't need any videos of me, Vaughn. My words, scribe.
No one should ever be cheated out of a Mr. Hanky moment where they've got talking poo. Anyway, sorry, I'm hijacking your story.
Nah.
Anyway, so
No,
Vince is a bum.
So I think initially I was like, oh, this flat, like what the fuck kind of thing. And even like the bed sheets are kind of like gross. I mean, it was just like they're like bobbly, like really bobbly, and you're just like, this doesn't feel like quality, you know. What's the thread count?
I
on
was
this
gonna
thing?
say.
What's the thread count? If I knew it was below 500, I wouldn't have bothered.
Oh, yeah, no.
But then the fucking profile, okay? You know,
That's a nice date. There's the dating tip for you guys.
yeah, honestly.
If you're on a dating app, make sure you put a thread count. Go to datingformen.com, dating4men.com. We can sort all that shit out for you so you don't have situations like this.
Don't. And you need to
happen
change
to
those
you.
bed sheets regularly. At least every 2 weeks, okay?
Oh, yeah, I always do.
At least, come on. It's like, it's representative of how you view yourself. Do you deserve clean, lovely, welcoming bed sheets? Yes, you fucking do. And if you don't, like, you got some problems.
I think, you know what probably happens, and I probably was guilty of this when I was much, much younger, is that, and I didn't even know this was a thing, and especially because I used to smoke, but we get nose blind. So you're probably like, they don't stink.
You know what? My sense of smell isn't great, but it was just the texture. You know, I could feel it. And there was a few marks. I'm not going to fucking lie.
Wait.
There was some marks.
But you still gave them some ass, though.
Well, yeah, because, like...
Yeah, because nothing.
No, you didn't notice them at first. You don't notice them at first. And then afterwards, I think it was probably maybe the second, third day, I'm like, whose blood is this? I think there was something. There was something weird. I was just like, what the fuck is this? And, like, it got, like, it was, like, ingrained.
Whereabouts in the bed is the blood? So there's
it's like towards the feet.
Towards the feet?
So you probably...
Maybe he flipped around. I don't know. Did he flip around? Was it like a nosebleed? I don't know. I can't remember because I was just like, what the fuck is that? And that's why I got him new bed sheets. I come round.
That's not the way to solve that problem.
Well, it is. It is. Because
some of it.
You're masking a problem.
Well, yeah, like you're...
You need a new man.
No. I got new bed sheets. We're good. We're good now. I got him 2 sets of bed sheets. And every time I get there, you know what?
Women put up with some bullshit, don't they? God.
No, but the thing is, you know why? Because most of it's really, really good.
That's
what? Why.
Most what?
The rest of the relationship is good.
Okay.
So that's why. If there was like other things, I'd be like, fuck this. But it does make you question a little bit. Like, why were you living in squalor?
Some guys
and
don't
also,
give a
it's
shit.
his flat. It's his flat as well. So I'm just like, take some fucking pride. So this is what I've been imbuing. And now he's doing all this DIY shit. Because I'm just like, you talk about me moving in, but I'm not moving into this.
You have to inspire
Guys are
him.
very different to girls in this kind of respect, I think, in terms of like, because a guy won't look at that situation and be like, this is a disgrace. He'll come in and be the one that's like, what is this? And then you'll realise, oh, it's bad, because you'll get another party look at it and be like, this is bad, and then you'll see it.
You need the outside perspective.
If you don't see it, and like you say, because you know how you learn to live with your own smell and all that kind of stuff. Like if you've probably been sleeping in the same bed and you just don't recognise it, if there is a funky smell, but you've just been...
There's like one of those like outlines, like a chalk outline around your body in the bed, like stuff.
It's just been growing on you.
Like, are you saying the bed sheets don't have that normally? They don't give you an indication of how you should lie in bed? No. The thing is, so...
That's the comfy spot.
So... It was after, like, obviously quite a few dates, and actually it was more like when we established we were going out, then I'm like, right, we need to clean. We need to fucking clean here. So actually, to be honest, I think it's like even the kitchen, like in the mornings, I was just like, oh my God. It's just like, I think I need to wake up an hour before so I can just clean before I prepare breakfast. Because I was just like, oh, it's just one of those situations, you take a plate out, it's dirty. Like, everything was always, like, just dirty. He thought it was clean. I was like, you need to wear your glasses. If you're going to clean, wear your glasses, okay? You know, because obviously your fingers can't fucking feel either. Because like, you can feel the shit on the plates, okay? So...
In my head, you were literally living in, like, some underground squat. Like, that's what I picture. Like, you were literally just waking up and, like, kicking rubbish over as you walk to the kitchen or something like that.
Does he have animals?
No, thank God. Because they would be dead.
He had animals.
Decaying on the floor. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I hope these are chicken bones. Situation. So, I think after a while, like, once we were established, I think it's a bit, you know, not going to be like after your first date, okay, let's go get a bucket of bleach. Just like, throw it all over the place. Kind of thing. So I had to establish myself, and I obviously get to know him and actually realize this is something I want to, like, invest in or whatever. And then it's just like, we gotta clean. We have to clean. Because I have self-respect.
Some guys, you gotta teach them.
Yeah, I think this is the thing. And actually, he's... Okay, well. So a couple of weeks ago now. Was it a couple of weeks ago? Because I was cleaning. Like, there was the lime scale. I've never seen such lime scale. It was caked in it. I was like literally like with a fucking like, you know, chisel. It's just like, coming off.
You're etching the 10 Commandments into stone tablets.
honestly, I think that would have been easier than taking the fucking lime scale of this thing. And I was like, fuck me. Then I was like cleaning, and things were getting better. Like the kitchen's looking, because the thing is, he was quite good because I'd be like, we got to clean that oven. So so I was like, you need to get this product. You get the product, and then I got it, and then I applied it. But then I'm like, oh well, we've got to go to work tomorrow, and he works from home a lot of the time. So okay, I've applied it for the last like 24 hours. You got to go in. So like a 50-50 thing. So I don't think anybody, especially if the other person's flat, which they own, I'm a bit like, no, I'm not a cleaner. You know, I'm not going to come in and do everything. You have to help each other out, but I'll show you the way. So, thing is, especially like with the bathroom, even though there was no light in the bathroom, he told me.
I got questions about that, but anyway.
No, there wasn't a light in the bathroom for like a year and a half.
How did he see in the fucking bathroom?
I don't understand. And the thing is, I had to take my mobile phone into the bathroom.
You have to torch it.
And then it would be like so annoying because sometimes my phone was dying. And I'm just like, I'm hoping my aim is good. I'm just like, oh, it's so annoying. And then like, there was also a lamp we plugged in. We had to take it with us. The thing is, I mean, we've been together 6 months, and I lost my shit like 2 weeks ago because I was just like, this is so fucking annoying. Like, oh my God, like, what the fuck? I'm like, especially if you're talking about me moving in, get it together. You know what I mean? Why? I think it would cost money because it's like a Victorian flat. You have to get the fuse boxes done.
Ooh, does he have really high ceilings?
Quite high.
I love that shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I like a lower ceiling. I feel more comfortable.
No, I don't want to. Oh, God.
But it's nice. It is nice. So it's just like, guys, and the thing is also because I had been cleaning, and then I arrive at the weekend, and then I see during the week he hasn't done shit, and I was just like, no. I'm not going to clean.
Tell him to get a housekeeper.
Yeah, this is what it's come down to.
It's cheap. I mean, you get somebody cheap for about $50 a week.
Just like pay that and avoid all these arguments and shit. Just do it. Because also, I'm tired because my job involves a lot of commuting, blah, 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 blah. He doesn't want to do it. He has no propensity to clean. Just fucking acknowledge it. Just like, it's fine.
Can I tell you what it is? Or what an element of it is?
Well, what?
It seems like, in general, the vibe I feel like anyway is with guys. If something looks clean, then we're just calling it clean.
Oh,
like
it didn't look clean.
You're like going behind the door and looking at the lime scale. He's looking at just like how it looks like right there in front of me.
No, every fucking angle, it was caked in lime scale.
Yeah, but not like cosmetically from the front. It probably looks clean.
That's the thing. I understand where you're coming from. I know sometimes like, oh, it looks clean, but then you actually put your finger on it and there's some dust and shit, and you're like,
well, we see things differently. Like, I was thinking this the other day. No, we do.
Like you were saying, like 50-50 vision.
No, like our perspective on things is different. So it's like, if I go into the bathroom to pee, I go right up to the toilet and I pee. Or if I'm
right up to the sink.
Or I was going to say, or if I'm at the gym, I'm pissing in the sink. So, fuck y'all looking at? It's porcelain, just like the urinal. Shut the fuck up. It's saving water. But if a woman goes into the bathroom to pee,
it matters.
She turns around though.
Yeah.
She's not looking at the, she's looking at the door or whatever.
You're not looking at the wall.
She's sitting down. She's on another level.
But she's looking at something. She's facing the other way, so she's looking at something completely different. So. And one thing you should probably try, and I don't know if you've done this or not, is actually peeing the other way. So instead of the toilet tank being behind you, the tank is in front of you.
You mean to straddle the toilet?
Yeah, because then you can like eat breakfast while you're sitting up there, or read a book if you're gonna be there. It's like your laptop can be up there, but you have to take your pants all the way off.
Very unhygienic situation. That's nasty. Okay. But sometimes when you have a really strong coffee. Yeah, you're right. Might as well just save time. It's true.
Right. It's true. Toilet time's my own time. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so...
I'm not trying to get nothing else done.
Yeah.
So get him a housekeeper. When's his birthday? You should have got him that for Valentine's Day instead of those fucking pussy-ass cactuses.
You don't want to make yourself in charge of his cleaning routine either, right?
No. So basically... We had this argument because I was just like, come on, I clean, I try to get to a good standard. You have to maintain it at least... I'm not like, I'm only here maybe 2 days a week, so it's unfair for me to do the brunt of the cleaning. And it's just kind of like you kind of, you know, just slapping me across the face by like, okay, I'm going to disrespect the amount of time and effort and even money because I'm buying like fucking like industrial chemicals on that shit that you put into it by not maintaining it. So we had a bit of an argument, and then he was like, "You're OCD." I'm like, "No, I'm trying to get this flat to a fucking base level of hygiene, okay?" And I said, it was like, if I was OCD, I wouldn't fucking even step into this flat. He didn't like that comment. Anyway, so we had a bit of an argument about this. And then I left his flat because we actually had like plans that evening, blah, 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 blah. But I was just like, I didn't like the way he spoke to me. So I was just like, I'm fucking out. And then I went online.
You put up with a lot of shit.
Do you think so?
I do.
Oh, I didn't think so.
I would have been dumped like 2-3 times over based off of what you said.
Do you think so? Okay, look. So then I went online to find out what other women are saying about this shit, and it was just so funny. So fucking funny. Okay.
See, I think guys and girls look at this thing different. Not in every case, but in most cases, a guy will look at something from the outside and think it looks clean, so it's clean. So like a woman, you've come in and you've like opened the oven and like, we need to clean the oven.
Yeah, because then they fucking died in there. It's exploded all over the place.
But he's looking at the oven from the outside and like...
No, even from the outside. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is that something evil was seeping out?
Okay, that's bad. But like, if like cosmetically the oven looks okay from the outside, he's just not... Because he's just been living with it. He's not even, like, he knows what that stain is that's seeping down. So he's like,
there's a story.
He's just like, oh yeah, that's the time I cooked curry and it exploded, and that's it. And so it's like a character building in his oven.
And like tastes a little bit of it. Oh yeah. That's the curry explosion day.
Yeah.
Over here is the pizza explosion day.
Sorry, continue.
So I went online to see how other women have responded to these issues, right? Of uncleanliness, and I just thought this was really funny. So one of them, she's saying, I went over to his apartment. So I think she's been on a couple of dates, and now she's going over to his apartment to watch TV and eat pizza, which I thought seemed fun. Well, his apartment was foul, disgusting, dirty, gross, and discomforting immediately upon walking in. Too many likes in this. People stop saying like so much. Dirty stained walls, dirty carpet, random carpet remnants lying around, random clothing and other crap all over the floor, a random dark, dirty pillow shoved in the corner of his living room for some reason.
I bet she still gave him some pussy, though. I bet you she did.
I reckon that is a wank pillow. What do you think?
What's a wank pillow?
Just like, I don't know, it's just like kind of like grinding against this pillow in the corner of his living room.
I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that being a thing.
Liam, stop it.
If it is, and that is what that is, then he is insane and she
I
needs
thought
to
it
run
was.
away.
I thought it was an English thing.
No, this is American.
Oh God.
Okay,
more embarrassing.
His bathroom is dirty and rusty. The bedroom, I got a tour, was thrown all over the place. This is great. With a dirty, unmade mattress on the floor. When we went to watch TV, I discovered that it didn't even work right, so it was just a red blur.
That's her fault for even still being there to discover all this, the TV, and I'm going to watch some TV.
I think this is the second or third date. So what happened?
Third date after all that, you giving him...
This is amazing. This is amazing as well. He said he spent hours cleaning.
Wow.
Which I just love.
Which
makes things a lot worse.
Oh my
exactly.
God.
How many dead bodies did you remove beforehand? That's the thing. I would be like, I haven't cleaned for a year. And then you might like, okay, I get it. kind of thing. But saying you cleaned. And so what happened? And she said she was also freezing in the apartment as well. And he refused to turn up the heat. So she did break up with him, but she didn't tell him the reason. The real reason. She just said, oh, you're a really sweet guy, but I don't think I'm ready to date. And then people on this, in the conversation chain afterwards, they're just like, oh, you're such a bitch. And tell him why, the real reason and stuff. Which I think she should have said.
Absolutely.
She 100% should have given the actual thing. And he probably would have also taken it better if she had just said, I can't date you because your apartment is atrocious, and it makes don't say you are a pig. Say it makes you look like a pig. Because you don't know what his situation
Yeah,
is.
you always need to come correct with the facts when the relationship comes to an end. I think it's just better for the guy to know or the woman to know. I think it's only fair.
Yeah. I think you've got to give as much
He doesn't
closure
know.
as you can. And also, I mean, the thing is, so since I've told Vincent, to be honest, I told him like quite a while, like, yeah, you need to clean this up, blah, 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 blah. He has honestly pulled his socks up. He is cleaning. It's great. So with a bit of training, you guys can do good. Well done. There we go. But obviously, it's not just like, I think it's like maintenance
I was
as
going to say,
well.
that makes me want to go into a whole other rant.
Let's hit it. Because the Harvey Weinstein segment's not happening now. We don't have time. So feel free to rant away because I'm about to get her if you don't.
Oh, please, both of you, come at me.
I mean, and and there are elements of this which is like, okay, that you should almost like educate someone on or help someone with. But there seems like, and I don't know what the best way to put this, it seems like a lot of women meet guys and they don't look at the guy, they look at the guy they want to turn him into.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry, but I think cleanliness is just a very
that's what I'm saying.
But it's not
superficial
your
thing.
responsibility to
No,
come
but
into
if
that
you're-
situation and be like, look.
No, it's not my responsibility. But if he's talking about living together, I'm telling him it needs to be at this level before I can contemplate it. And you need to be able to maintain it. So, like, it's like, you build the sissy and I will come, or
You're
whatever.
changing him, though.
I don't think I'm
What do you
I'm
mean you don't
helping
think
him.
No, you're changing. You're helping him do things
I'm
differently,
helping
which
him
is
have
change.
a better level of hygiene and self-respect.
That's what
How is
you
that wrong?
think
No,
is-
I'm sorry. How can you have a argument against cleanliness?
I didn't say I had an argument against it. I'm saying he's happy with what he has, or else he would have behaved differently.
But he's told me he basically started like hate his flat. But since I've started to help clean and like now he's like doing all this DIY project, I've injected a new level of enthusiasm into his flat. So therefore, he's doing a lot of DIY stuff I didn't even ask for him to do.
Right.
So I think I did good.
Fair enough,
Fuck you,
but
babe.
there shouldn't be a need to inject new life into someone's cleaning of their own place habits. Is my point.
I don't think it should be.
So-
No, like, you would ideally, that wouldn't be the situation. But if, for example, I was saying, well, no, I'm not going to move into a place that's not clean. It's just not going to happen. So,
In my experience, I wish we could get Zoe Williams on the show right now. He's a dating expert. He's always got the right answers for this kind of stuff. But to do something like that and then expect it to be a constant going forward is usually not going to happen.
I think what's happening is that we're both contributing, but we have to, he's going to get a cleaner in the long
way,
term.
like how he just explained it, in the same way that, like, so you would come round and clean, and he probably would do some bits in the week and call that his cleaning.
No, but that was
you
what
would
I was saying wasn't good enough. Because he was trying to tell
and
me
then
and I
you
was
would
like,
come
it's not
back
good
and
enough.
say, "What is this?" And it's not that's his natural level of cleaning is obviously nowhere near yours. It's just not. The
I know,
way
but
he
I'm
views
not an
cleanliness is not the
OCD
same as you do.
person, so therefore I don't think I'm doing anything wrong by
doing anything
trying
wrong.
to elevate his hygiene, cleanliness game.
No.
So I think it depends. I think going back to the whole trying to change someone, but if you're trying to change someone for the better, in terms like even for their own development,
I
don't
agree.
think that's a
I
bad
agree.
thing.
That's what I'm saying. I don't disagree with
but-
that. I think you're doing it for the right intentions. You're doing the right thing. You're being a nice
Because
person.
even if we were like to break up or something, I would hope that
That's always,
he
that
would.
is always an excuse as well. If we were to, that's
No, I'm saying it's for his own good. It's for his own good.
That is.
It's not just for me, just to please me. It's for your own good. Have that level of self-respect where you have a clean environment for yourself because it always makes somebody feel better.
That is
would
always
always
the way
make
it's-
them feel
That is
better.
always the way it's framed.
What?
It's the whole.
What?
It's the whole. Well, if we break, I'm doing this for you. This isn't just
Oh,
about
no,
me. This is about you.
no, that's
Because
not the
if
thing.
we
It's not
break
just-
up, it's
No.
not. It's this is for everyone
It's
else
a
and
benefit.
yourself. In
It's
the
a
future.
benefit for both of us, for me and
Oh,
for
yeah,
him.
100%.
I'm not saying it's just like. For
I think it's
him.
more of a benefit for him, isn't it? How does it
He is
benefit?
the winner in
How
this
does it
scenario.
benefit you?
Because I have to go into.
You don't have to.
his-
You don't have to.
into his flat.
You don't have to.
Well, yeah. Well, I could be like, "Hey, do you want to come over and hang over? Hang with my mom and I." So make it clean and comfortable, and I will come over, and I will be more comfortable. So there we go. So he's winning too.
Datingformen.com. We will help solve this problem for you. No, I agree. Some guys need to be shown the way. Some guys don't even know how to wash their feet. You know, they don't know how to shower properly. You got to stick that bar of soap all the way up your butt. You got to break the plane.
Wow.
And get those steak nuggets out.
Well, I didn't even do that.
Well, you're missing out.
You could just get like the shower head and just put it up there. Right. I'm not saying like insert it up there, but just get the water.
That's like a
bidet.
enema.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I didn't even do that. I didn't do that. But, like,
well, I'm just saying that I don't know how well what you're trying to do will work out, because it's different if somebody behaves in a rowdy way and you're like, hey, you should probably knock that shit off because it's going to have a negative impact, versus saying the way you live isn't to my standards. Therefore, you need to change your standards in order for me to be comfortable with you. So that's like you asking me to quit smoking so I can be with you. I'm still going to want to smoke that cigarette.
Well, he did smoke. I didn't actually tell him to stop smoking, but he just kind of ended up not smoking. Because I thought to myself, I'm not going to nag somebody. I'm not going to be that nag when it comes to smoking. Because I think it's kind of have a reverse effect.
Right.
So I just, whatever. I just laughed it out. Just like, fine.
So how does that differentiate from the cleanliness aspect? Because if you're nagging him about being clean to the point where you're cleaning,
because
and
I mean, like, I
cleaner,
feel like the cleaning had a more like direct effect on me. Because if he's smoking, he doesn't like necessarily like smoke it and like blow it in my face and stop the cigarette on me, kind of thing. Only when he's angry. No, I'm kidding. So, yeah.
okay. Well, I wish you the best of luck with that.
Yeah, we're getting it cleaner. But yeah.
So, okay.
It's nice to see he's elevated his game in
A cleaner would very much eliminate, however you want to put it, eliminate, mask, whatever it is, the problem. There's an element of what he's saying.
It's not so much that he has to do the cleaning, but it has to be cleaned. So whether he does it or somebody else does it, not me.
There needs to be a website for people that have had relationships so that they can go on there and say, this person does this, they do that, this, that, and the other. So then when I come along, it's kind of like in the States, we have this thing called Carfax. So I can get the Carfax and I can find out where it was underwater, it got stolen.
Oh, yeah.
All that shit.
I've had this,
Right.
I've thought about this as well. So basically, you'd have a bit of a dating profile as rated by X.
The X.
But that's the problem. How neutral can you be?
Yeah, but see...
And also, like, for example, I think there's, like, I saw some comedian, and he was saying how... Actually, he's that guy. He's that guy we watch with his wife.
Tom Segura.
Yeah. And he was saying how people are like, oh, like, what are the good restaurants around here? And he'd be like, well, what kind of food do you like? Yeah, that's the thing. You need to like a real profile of the person to say, like, I don't know if you're going to like the food I like.
Right.
So this is the thing with exes or whatever. Like, you can have a batshit crazy ex who, even though if you're really amazing, they're going to rate you like, you weren't there for me enough. You didn't answer my 30 calls a day.
Well, I think that's fine, because we'll be able to ascertain that this person's a psycho slut from hell, because you can usually tell by the wording. But yeah, exactly. So, but the thing is that you don't go to a restaurant that's only got one Yelp review, right? So it's going to be Liam is going to give his review on you. I'm going to give my review on dating you, and however many other guys that you've dated. So it's going to be a cross section. There's going to be like a chart of like, she's good at this, she's bad at this, you know.
Like, 5 stars.
Right.
This many,
Right. So I'll know, okay, well, she's good at doing that thing I like in bed, but she can't cook
I
for
was just gonna
shit.
say, how far does this go?
You know,
kind of thing.
and she.
This is interesting criteria as well.
I'm just saying,
Okay, great.
I
How
often
good
look
is she
for
in
that.
bed? How good is she in the kitchen?
Those are important. Those are important things. Just like you're going to want to know if he's a dirty pig. Does he, have shit stains in his underwear? All that kind of stuff. Does he get drunk and throw up? Does he quit his job? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
you want to
okay.
know that kind of stuff because I'm getting involved with somebody that I'm hopefully going to be spending a lot of time with. I'm spending part of my life with you. You know.
I think that's the thing. If
So-
I was going to get married to somebody and they had quite a few ex-wives or something, I'd be like, I think I want to interview them. I want to understand
not?
why those relationships didn't work out. Was it them? Was it you? But you seem to be the kind of consistent factor here. So what's
there's
going on?
There's one. If someone's had 3 or more divorces, there's one consistent factor
Yeah.
in all of these
Yeah.
failed marriages, which is that there is obviously one person who's got this many things. It's in the same way that when you go, if you were to go on on the TripAdvisor right now, searching for a hotel, there is always going to be one terrible review, whether it's on page 1 or page 2.
course.
And it's going to be the guy who turns around and is like, oh, they served us food late and they moved our rooms and they did
Yeah.
this and they
The
did that.
person who loves to complain for the sake of complaining, no matter
You're
how
going to get
good.
that on the X. You're
Yeah,
going to get
yeah.
that from the X as well. You're
I
going to
know,
get
but
at least
that's the
one.
thing. But the thing is, how many relationships do you have? It's not like some hotel review where you have tons of people coming
No,
to
but
your
I don't
hotel
need
every
more than
day.
3 people to tell me that, she smells down there. To know that she smells down there.
I know, but then I'd just be a bit
I
like,
only need 2 people to say that. One that's bitter and the second to verify that shit.
yeah, but then I feel, what's wrong with those people? Why don't they tell them?
Tell you that your panooch stinks.
Yeah, I just be like, if you really love me that much, and the only thing that's I had to break up with you because your vagina smelled, then I'd be like, well, that's not really love, is it? So
doesn't-
also that doesn't reflect that well on you either.
It doesn't even get to the point of love if it's not potpourri, it can't be.
Nothing. Are you kidding me? When is a vagina ever potpourri? And why should that be the expectation is potpourri?
I
Are you
have.
fucking kidding me? What an absolute bunch
Yes.
of bollocks.
No, it's not.
Bring
I'm
these
con-
women to me. Let me have a sniff. I absolutely don't. That is fucking fiction.
Don't go anywhere near his finger.
Yeah, what's happening now? I don't understand.
Said you wanted to smell. I'm trying.
Wow, you are nasty. You're nasty.
You're just not figuring that out. How many episodes ago did we talk about the handy
As soon as he
wipes?
did that, did you not realize where
I
he was
didn't know
going
what
with
he
that?
was
Oh
doing.
my
I
god!
didn't know what he was
Come
doing.
on. No woman makes it past date 1 if her shit's not smelling.
It doesn't, even naturally, it doesn't fucking smell great. It's not like I'm going to make a perfume of that. So I don't know where you're coming up with this.
I don't like talking about this on the air, but I'm just saying,
Oh, what? And dicks smell fucking great?
my dick doesn't smell. It smells like skin. What would it smell like?
Dick.
Now, you're comparing clean people habits versus scummy lime scale bathroom dick habits with no light bulb dick. You can't put me in the same category as that dick. Just like I can't put clean girl in the same category as hooker puss, because hooker puss is getting trailblazed all day.
Right.
They're
So
not
what,
the
she's
same.
Not washing in between? What?
No, she's not.
How do you know? What the fuck are you talking
How many hookers do you know to keep their vagina clean on a
I
regular?
don't know any hookers, I don't think.
Well, you get what I'm saying. They aren't the same thing. You can't compare guys and say, you can't blanket every guy and say all dicks smell the same. Why are you looking like I'm saying weird shit? You do this every episode and I feel like a fucking weirdo.
He's saying in the prostitutes, women of the night, hookers, whatever. It's not like, I mean, I know obviously it's portrayed mostly in programs and stuff, but it's not like they finish with their appointment or whatever you want to call it with a guy, and then they're like, okay, I've got to go home, I'm going to shower.
They're
and
not
then I'll get the
washing
next one.
up.
They go straight back on the corner and they wait for the next dude to come drive by in the car and go to the next motel.
There's
or
girls
whatever.
out there with tongue rings that they ain't changed from 10 dicks ago.
Okay.
My point is that
I'm saying there's no. Okay, you have clean genitals or whatever, but it's never like, oh, it smells great. Situation. That's not a whatever. That's not a situation. So that's why I feel.
right. So for
like
me,
with vaginas as well, they shouldn't be like, okay, it's clean. They've had a shower, maybe 2 showers a day.
Right.
It's not going to smell ever like amazing. It's not going to be like.
no, I'm not suggesting. I'm not suggesting that
perfume.
it's going to smell like freshly cut roses. But I've experienced both ends of the spectrum. Is all I'm saying, and I
Okay.
want to stay over here. And I know that this exists on the
Okay.
smell scale, and I know that this exists as well. So once I experience this, there's no third date. There's probably sex, but there's probably no sex after that. Because that once you're at the point of discovery of that aroma, it's too late. You're already gonna have the sex. It's not like you're gonna pull your pants and be like, "Nah, I can't. That shit just smells too bad." No guy's gonna do that.
Also,
That's the thing. I've never had this. I've never had this with a guy. Like, oh my god, that's like so gross. or
I've
whatever.
not called women back before because that shit was foul.
Really?
And then I've been with women where it's that I'm happy to dive all night long because it's not a problem. There's definite differences between them.
Wow.
It is. There's no,
I don't think I've ever had definite differences between dicks. I've never been like, oh my god, no way.
well, it depends.
Just like a level of hygiene's been.
You've been playing basketball
Sometimes
all
it's not
day
even
or something.
it's not even a level of hygiene. Sometimes it's a medical condition.
Well, it is a lot of times it's hygiene. If you got like some guy that doesn't like manscape, then it's not going to be as nice as somebody that does.
Yeah, that's true.
So
But I mean, in reference to women, it's
similar.
a complicated biological climate you've got going down there.
Yeah.
You're more prone to smells. You are. It's fucking internal.
I'm out. No, I'm out. If it smells, I'm not doing it.
So even if you really like the woman and it's like a little bit iffy for some reason, you wouldn't talk to her about it?
I might give her a second chance, and if she comes back with that shit again, then
So even if you told her, maybe she, for some reason, she's like exactly used to her own smell. She
I'm
thinks
not
it's
putting
fine.
up with it.
Because she's not going around smelling other women's vaginas all the time, so she doesn't know.
You know if you smell down there. A woman knows. She has to know. She has to.
Give you a nose blind.
I was at I can't say where I was, but I was somewhere I was somewhere this yesterday, and I was in a room with 2 women, and they might be watching, so and I've already given it away anyway, so they know that I'm talking. They won't know who I'm talking about. Anyway, I was at the dentist. My dentist is a woman, and her assistant was a woman. I smelled pussy in that office. Like you can smell it sometimes. I can smell it. Yeah, and it didn't smell like you need to wash yourself. But there's sometimes I don't know if they're on their period or what. This podcast has just gone fucking wrong about 14 minutes ago. But I can smell it, and it smells different. You can definitely smell it. And I remember smelling that as a kid, because you're lower and you're probably closer to it, maybe. So I'm being serious, and I'm like, oh, that's that smell. So as I grew up, I equated that smell with that, and it was exciting because I was like, oh yeah, pussy, because it's just how my brain works or not work. But if that shit's not smelling right.
Liam, do you know?
I've never been in the dentist or a similar
Or the
situation.
dentist, just in
whatever it is.
general.
Just in general. You're going down on a chick.
Or just even if you go into a room, there's quite a few women.
No, I've never experienced that.
You never
You go into a room,
I can smell
going
it.
into a room. I've never experienced that.
I can
never
smell
like
it.
a bloodhound.
No, I don't know if you've got some extra nasal cavity that's working for you or something like that. But no, that's never. I don't know. I don't know.
So you've never been with a woman that had questionable aromas down there, is what you're saying. I mean, outside of dressed and being in a room with a bunch of people, you've had sex before. So have they all? You've never had sex before.
He's waiting for marriage. Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, my point is.
But wait, have you ever had that situation?
Nothing that's been like a. Oh my god. I think I've always put. I'm guessing. I don't know whether if I've always been like towards somewhere in the middle of the scale. There's never been like a Jesus.
Yeah, that's how I feel with my experiences. There's never been like, what?
I'm not saying that it's been like, oh my God, like that. Not like she's been, playing rugby all day or something and got into bed. But I've
never had this. I've never had like I've never had a thought of like I'm not going to call her tomorrow kind of thing. And it's over now and I'm still going to do this, but like, this is over. Like right now, this is over. She doesn't know it yet, but this is over. I've never had that either.
I'm going to give you some phone numbers to call. Please let me know what you think. If a man goes down on you and eats you out and then puts a condom on after that, that means he don't want his dick to go through what his mouth just went through.
Or it means he doesn't want to get you pregnant. Or you don't know each other well enough. So he's just like, I'm going to be responsible for my sexual hygiene as well as yours.
I wouldn't call it a sense because if you've put your mouth down there, you're not
yeah, but that's your mouth.
That's
your mouth.
No,
it's
that's
different
even
from your
worse.
dick in there.
That's your mouth. Your mouth is more public in this area.
Yeah.
If your mouth is down there, then
that's love.
The gates
Also,
are open.
yeah, you haven't got spunk coming out your mouth, so you can get somebody pregnant.
Man, if you got
No, but
herpes on your face,
if your mouth is down there, you are you've taken you've made a leap.
Yeah.
You have. How can you not think that? If your mouth,
Yeah, you've taken a leap, but obviously there's like a higher probability of like whatever. You're gonna get somebody pregnant if you don't use a condom necessarily.
This is gonna sound bad. It's easy to fix that versus some sort of disease on my face is what I think he's trying to say.
I wasn't trying to say that. Don't try to pin that on me.
That's how it sounded to me.
I was just like, but because whatever you said about like, what did you say originally? I can't remember exactly what you said to get to this point.
Well, no, because Vaughan was saying, yeah, you can go down on a girl, but if you put on a condom, that means that was a bad situation.
And you said, maybe you don't know each other well enough. Because one of the things you said was maybe you don't know each other well enough, and you want to put a condom on. But like that, what I'm saying is, if your mouth's been down there,
yeah, true. But already, also,
this whole we don't know each other well enough kind of goes out the window.
Yeah, if you're gonna do that, you might as well just not have the condom on. That was just somebody's joke that I stole. That's all. I just thought it was kind of relevant and funny. So, but yeah, you don't go. I don't ever go down on a woman first time. And I know some women that don't even, you're not having sex if you're not going down on them. And on that quiet note, we'll end the podcast. Thanks for tuning in. These two prudes that I'm sat across are acting like...
Fuck off.
Yeah.
What a bunch of bullshit.
And we're out of here. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next week on the show.